Hey guys, Pastor Tim here from Riverside Church, and I just wanted to give you a tutorial on how to use the Right Now Media apps on your phone and even on the computer to help you succeed in your core groups this year. Now, Right Now Media is a platform with a bunch of video curriculums and Bible studies that we'll be using for core groups and for things all over the church. Now, once you find the Right Now Media app in your phone on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, go ahead and launch it. And when you launch it, just give it a couple of seconds here to fully load. It'll load up the Riverside Church logo in the one spot. If you've already started watching some things, it'll have a keep watching area. Then just a bunch of different series. But then in the very top left corner, you'll see these three lines. I call it the hamburger button because it looks like a hamburger. You're going to scroll down and just in the library section there, find Riverside Church. That'll load. It'll have Change Lives on the top. And then you're going to have these core groups here. Now, this first one, the book of First Peter, is going to be the first study that we go through, and then the Forgotten God, there will be the second study we go through as core groups. Now, when you click on these things, what's really cool is there's a resources button, and you'll find this either on the desktop version and you'll find it on the app version here. And when you click on that, there is a leader's guide that will pull up in a browser to where it'll actually have ways to talk about the video curriculum there. And then there's also a button that says handouts. And this gives you the sessions and paperwork for everybody in your group if you want to print those off or give them access to it. They should have access through their Right Now Media stuff. But if you go back to this, you have the next line is the discipleship questions. And if you click on those, it brings you up into YouTube with the discipleship question and loads the video there instead of in the Right Now Media app because it's actually hosted on the YouTube channel of ours instead of being hosted on Right Now Media just because of space wise and things like that. Then if you go back to the app here, the Right Now Media app, you'll have this First Peter, where does hope come from? That is a kids core group video that will be able to be used coinciding with the First Peter study for adults. And then the sermons are below that. All 5 of the current sermons are up there. The 6th one will be up there soon as it's done being edited. But that area right there, you can click on it to bring you to the YouTube channel to watch the current series because that is part of what you're going to be talking about the next couple of weeks. But again, what you need to know about for this week for sure is making sure that people have watched the Suit Up Church series, but then also as a group watch the discipleship question here. It'll pop up, it'll play for you. You can watch it in the YouTube app, or if you're on the desktop version, I'll talk about that there. So that is the Right Now Media app. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me, but keep watching for the desktop version. All right, so this is how to navigate the Right Now Media website on a desktop, laptop, computer. So over here you see when you log in, you come to this page right here that you see. There's Right Now Media Originals, Popular Bible Stories and Studies and things like that. But what you're going to want to know about is either in this upper left-hand corner where it says Libraries and it has this little 3-line thing like the hamburger that we talked about. If you click on that, it'll bring this up to you and you go down here to Riverside Church. Or if you look on the side here, it's also right here on the side of the screen. So go ahead and click on Riverside Church and it'll bring you to this. You'll see the Change Lives up here at the top. If you click on that on the top ever, it will bring you to our YouTube channel for Riverside Church. But what we want you to know about is the stuff that's in here. This is the channels that we have decided to start kind of creating for you. And you'll see this book of First Peter from Kyle Idleman here, and then The Forgotten God by Francis Chan. Those are both studies that Pastor has picked for us to go through in our core groups. Now, the First Peter one won't start until towards the end of the month. If you remember, core group leaders, if you're watching this, you'll remember Pastor Arnold telling you about that. And if you're not a core group leader, your core group leader should be able to let you know when we're going to first start that process there. Then the next thing here is these connect questions, these core group discipleship questions. And if you click on it, it will bring you up into this little window here. And it does bring it up into a YouTube channel video screen here because it is hosted on YouTube. But this is the discipleship question for like this week. right here where you can watch it. Now, if you're watching on the app or something like that, it will bring it up into the YouTube app or on the YouTube's website versus in the Right Now Media app. But if you're watching on a desktop version, it does embed just like this, to where you can just watch it right there as a group, and you can expand it to where it's full screen if you need to, and decrease it to partial screen. But we'll go back here because there's 2 discipleship questions here, and they are organized by date from the Sunday that they were recorded. So 9/13/2020, so that's the 13th of September 2020, and this is the normal Riverside Church discipleship question. But then there's this River Kids one here, and that is for families. So if there's a core group that has kids in it, this one will be for when you go through together as a family. That question will be discussed before the kids kind of break off and do something else in the group. And I'll be helping you guys with that depending upon each group and the DNA of the group. So if you have questions, go ahead and reach out to me, Pastor Tim, at tim@riversidehutch.org. Then you keep going down here. You'll see this 1 Peter from Phil Vischer. That's what we're going to use with kids as you guys are going through the 1 Peter video here. Now that can be watched beforehand, during, or whatever you may want to do for your core group, depending upon your abilities at your house. If we continue down here, there will be, right now, the current sermon series, there's the 5 parts right here, and there will be the 6th part here very soon of the Suit Up Church of the Armor of God. This is what we're going to be talking about for the next couple of weeks with the discipleship questions for the adults. So make sure that everybody is in tune with what the Suit Up Church stuff was all about, and have them watch those clips. The last thing you'll see here is some suggested kid shows. Right now there's only Superbook on there, but the next couple of weeks we'll add some more shows that we suggest for families to watch in your free time and whatnot. And so we're going to be adding more and more channels to this as we see fit, but these are what they look like on the desktop version. Now, if you have a Roku TV, an Apple TV, something like that of the sort, some of this information is not showing up correctly right now on the Roku TV, for instance. Like the pictures and stuff are not showing up right. We know about that, and we are contacting Right Now Media to see if they can update their applications. But these videos that are ones like our sermons and these discipleship questions will not show up on those TVs, and so you're going to have to make sure you have the YouTube app as well on those devices, and then search the Riverside Church and find our channel with our logo, with the blue and gray logo like this. And once you find that, then those questions and all those sermon series will be on there. So if you need to look those up for your core groups on your smart TVs, that will be the way you'll have to do that for now. I'm contacting Right Now Media to see if there's a way to integrate it or not, but right now I don't know that answer. So this is the training though for desktop versions, and to talk a little bit and address the TV versions of it. And before this, you should have been watching the one about the cell phone app as well, so that you could get in tune with that. So if you have any questions about Right Now Media, how to navigate it, how to log in, any of that kind of stuff, or you need access, please let me know. tim@riversidehutch.org, and I will get you access and get you the information you need to the best of my abilities. And if I can't answer it, I will be in contact with Right Now Media to make sure that we get your questions answered.